What is the deal, beautiful people? It's your boy Ramon, back in the building with the Nintendo Switch, and we're here to discuss the flaws. We're here to discuss probably feeding the trolls. We're here to discuss why the Nintendo Switch sucks and why some people may be of that opinion. And there's definitely a lot to not like about it. So first of all, I want to start out with you know what? Let me let you know this is one of two videos. The first is why it is amazing, why it's winning, and this is why it just sucks. So these two videos are together, and you know, whether you watch the review that we did first or you watch this first, I need you to check out the review because I want these two videos. I'm making these videos to really highlight the pros and the cons and really zoom in on what matters and what doesn't. So when talking about what sucks about the Nintendo Switch, the first would be the Joy-Con imperfections. You know what? When in the mobile mode, I think that's what they call it, the mobile mode, where you put the Joy-Cons on the side of the Switch itself and you're rocking out. So let me just snap these things on. It's such a satisfying click when you snap them together. So when it is in this mode, right, the right thumbstick, the way it's off axis is just killing me. Jesus Christ, it makes me want to jump out the goddamn window. Now I get it because I do actually prefer off axis controllers. In fact, that's why the DualShock controllers from PlayStation are so hard for me to get along with. I just prefer off-axis. Now the problem here is the off-axis is not fine because of the way you are holding the tablet itself and the way you support it. And then on top of that, it's where the buttons are directly vertical to the axis. That in itself sucks, and that annoys the bejesus out of me. It's not comfortable to play for long periods of time, and that's me personally. I've seen a few people with this same consensus, and let me just clarify, it's not as bad as like trying to hold something like a 3DS. No, that's not what I'm saying, but this thing isn't comfortable for long periods for me. The D-pad, oh my god, the D-pad is really just 4 directional buttons at this point, and I can't see it being useful for something like Street Fighter. Enough said, and I mean, case in point, right? And there is the sure, like the direction, the buttons work fine playing for stuff like Zelda, but can you imagine trying to get off like a super move on these things? I gotta see how that is. I could be just jumping the shark, as they say, because we don't have a Street Fighter to test, but I don't see it being too comfortable. Highly skeptical of that. Fuck out of here with that. Next is the triggers. The triggers aren't really triggers. And this is something that I highlighted as dope, but it's also something that I'm not too happy about. Now, to give this some context, I love my PSP, but I did love my PSP, but my Vita, I love my PS Vita. And the thing about the Vita that really annoyed me was how the lack of trigger buttons, or 4 buttons on the top, a shoulder or a button and a shoulder, the lack of that on the system itself completely changed the experience of a lot of games, because a lot of these console quality games were made with those 4 buttons on the top in mind. So I wholeheartedly applauded Nintendo for getting that on there. But now that I'm looking at it, sure, it works fine, but I'm thinking about racing games, I'm thinking about serious games, and there's no analog play on those triggers. They're just triggers. They're comfortable to use, yes, but they're click. It's an on and off thing. It's not an analog play. So that annoys me. Coming down to the battery life, I don't care what people say. Oh, you turn your screen down and you pour some holy water over the screen and you can actually get 3 hours. No, fuck you. Fuck the holy water. You're not getting 3 hours. Zelda, I was struggling to get over 2 hours. And I'm not turning my screen down. Like no. Nah. I need my screen on Jesus is coming mode. You know when Jesus is coming and the sky opens up and everything is white? That's what I want my screen on. And it bothers me that I can't do it and get decent time. And I understand. You guys know we talk about this stuff a lot over at LD on the Tech channel. Links in the description below. I get it. There's this flirtation in the balance, and they made a lot of decisions around the battery life, which is why the screen has a low resolution. And yes, but it's still the fact that the battery life is not great, and anyone that tells you different is lying. What I don't like is how they went for this, what I call the Apple effect. And Apple is so good at this that it annoys me. Every year, every iPhone, well, every iteration of the iPhone, which is every 2 years, the normal version of the S, they make it slimmer and slimmer and slimmer, and now it's costing us features. They make it slimmer, they take out the headphone jack, they take out, and we're seeing this with Samsung and a lot of other manufacturers. The slimmer they go, the more they're blowing up. Sorry, Samsung, it was too easy. But the slimmer they go, the less chance it is that you're going to be able to remove the battery, because it's this unibody design. And that's sort of what we're seeing here. Now, if you look at the size of the Switch compared to the gamepad, or whatever they call that thing, yeah, the gamepad from the Wii U, the gamepad was chunky, yes, but I mean, there could have been a compromise, right? You didn't have to go super thin like this. I mean, give me something in the middle that could easily take double or triple the size of the battery, because you have room to play with, or B, or two, let me swap the battery in and out. Come on, baby, this is crazy. And coming from Nintendo, I expected better, because this is the company that made the Game Boy. The Game Boy is probably, other than vibrators, single-handedly moved the most Duracell batteries on the face of the earth. I don't know that's a fact. I'm gonna say it's alternate facts. Now, number three, actually, the lack of entertainment options. What WT fuck? How do you launch something like this? Again, let me put context on it. Let me go back to the Vita. The Vita launched, and it was so dope because not because it had Facebook and Twitter, but because it had Hulu or Netflix. One of them fucking things it had on there. The fact that you can put a card with music on and listen to your music. The fact that you can put a card with movies on it, because you all know all of these nerds are pirates, and everyone's got their Jack Sparrow hat on. You got plenty of movies on that card, and you're like, I don't need no Netflix. I got 200 gigs of movies right here. Let me plug it in. But you can't do that on the Switch. That's a problem, right? Outside of the fact that there is no Netflix, there is no Hulu. Now, at the time of recording this video, today, Nintendo came out and said, yes, we are working to bring those services. So, good job. It's not there yet. I'm going to bash you over the head. No Bluetooth. So I did some research. Snow sent me some additional links. The system does have Bluetooth, but it's not enabled. It only works to pair controllers. You can't connect a headphone wirelessly to the system itself. This is some fuckboy shit. This is some Apple shit again, where the iPhone has NFC, but you can't use it to do any of the other dope shit that NFC does on every other phone. What is going on? Where is this arrogance coming from? I guess I'm talking about Nintendo. And lastly, this was something I thought was very interesting. CNET did a video pretty much clowning the kickstand on the back of the Switch, and everyone lost their shit. This once credible journalist outpost, or whatever the fuck, is out here pushing over the Switch and saying the kickstand sucks, and everybody's clowning CNET. They don't know what they're talking about. I'm unsubscribing. The world is not right. They're picking. There's nothing for them to complain about, and this is what they're doing. Yo, my man, the kickstand fucking sucks. One, it's not adjustable, right? Which annoys me, because you're stuck at this one angle. Luckily, the view angle on the display is not that bad. Two, it's flimsy as shit. It feels like just a piece of hard paper, cardboard, if you will. It is dope that it's made to break away under pressure, but it's still flimsy as shit. And three, it's not sturdy. If you put this on anything but a solid flat surface, it is going to fall over. CNET's video was 1,000% accurate. This kickstand is a fucking joke, and I expect in the Switch XL that Nintendo does something about this. Do what Microsoft did with the Surface, where you have the kickstand as the entire back surface of the device. We can rock with that. We can do something with this. Fuck this kickstand. CNET knew what the hell they were talking about. And these are my reasons why the Nintendo Switch sucks. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Dig in the comments to find links to the other video where I said why the Nintendo Switch is winning, and links to all of our other channels. My name is Ramon. I'm out of here. Peace.